Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. The Disabled Veterans Funding Fee has been removed from a piece of legislation. We're going to dive into it here because there has been a lot of controversy and pushback from myself, others, the veteran service organizations, and so forth. There has been an amendment, a change that just happened about a week ago that removed this disabled veteran funding fee. So with that, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every minute watched really does help the channel, and I appreciate your support very much. All right, so I'm going to pull up a couple different things here because, well, there's a lot going on. And so number one, I'm talking about HR, House of Representatives 6047. That is the Sherry Briley and Eric Edmondson Benefits Expansion Act. Now, the three big components, and there's more, but there's three big components that we talked about. One, good, expands disability compensation for catastrophically injured veterans. It's a good thing. Number two, increases the amount of dependency indemnity compensation for surviving spouses and survivors in general. Good. Not good was the fact that Congress was looking to charge veterans that were rated between 10 to 70% a funding fee that they currently have waived. Now, they actually walked that back, but in lieu of that, there are some other charges that are being increased for all veterans. So, I mean, look, I guess pick your battle, right? So we're going to go through it here. I'm going to share with you the new changes, the exemption stuff for currently disabled veterans. By the way, if you are a disabled veteran with a compensable VA rating, you got 10% or higher, and you utilize your VA home loan, your VA funding fee is waived. And that's what we were talking about a lot here, because this was going to allow a charge to be implemented on those between 10 to 70%. However, I'm going to read it here, and I'm going to do a couple videos on this because this is a big deal. It's still on its way to the Senate. We still need to make our voices heard that we don't want this type of, veterans shouldn't be charged fees to fund bills, really. So lawmakers removed the controversial provision that would have changed or charged VA home loan funding fees to disabled veterans with ratings of 70% or below in May of 2026, which is now. They did about a week ago or so, right before the bill was cleared by the House Rules Committee and passed by the full House of Representatives on May 21st, 2026. So this just happened. I just figured it out. So I am pushing this out. Now, what is happening instead of that, you might ask? Well, here we go. Rather than drawing from general taxpayer revenue, the House Committee on Veterans Affairs utilized internal VA offsets to keep the bill's budget neutral. Refinancing charges. If you look to refinance your VA home loan through an IRL, an interest rate refinance, or an interest rate reduction refinance loan. If you need any help with that stuff, reach out to David Piatek. He's super solid. I have him on the channel all the time, and he has a channel called VA Housing Education. Super solid. All right. So they're going to raise that IRL fee, that's the interest rate reduction refinance loan fee, to 1.42%. 1.42%. Before, I believe it was around 0.5%. So they tripled it. Now, what I love how they do is they go, well, it's only costing an extra $16 per month on average for veterans who choose to refinance. So, again, my opinion is, look, it's the government's responsibility to take care of our veterans, especially our wounded veterans, especially our catastrophically injured veterans. However, here we are charging veterans $16 a month to foot the bill. Loan assumptions, charging a 1% fee to borrowers, including non-veterans, assuming an active VA home loan, which it doesn't really, I mean, it affects the buyer, whoever's buying your home, if you have a VA home loan on it, or if you are the buyer of a home that has a VA home loan on it, you can assume that loan, or you could sell your house and let the buyer assume your loan. It's an option. It might help you sell your house if you have a lower interest rate than current market, that type of stuff. So the buyer, the borrower, will be charged a 1% fee. Rate extensions, extending existing home loan rates through the federal budget window, averaging an extra $8 per month for non-disabled veterans making 0% down payments. Guard and reserve expansion. This is another kind of a big one, and I'm kind of okay with it. The guard and reserve expansion. Currently, the parameters to meet, the qualifications to meet to get the VA home loan really push a lot of traditional guard and reserve members out of the picture, not eligible to utilize their VA home loan benefit because they didn't have enough time, active duty time. So this expansion actually reduces, the expansion reduces the qualifications for guard and reservists. So it offsets a long-term structural loan metric that by expanding VA home loan eligibility for National Guard and Reserve members from 90 days down to 14 days of active duty service. In order to get 90 days, I mean, it's a little bit rough. So if you're just a traditional, guard reservist, barring any sort of deployment stuff. So, ATs and schools are about all you got. So 14 days, it would be reduced down to of active duty service, which I'm assuming is because of the 2-week active annual training window. So that would make almost probably all guard and reserve members eligible within the first probably 12 months of service, making them eligible to utilize the VA home loan, which then gets more people in the pipeline, which then can create more revenue to fund this. All right. So the big piece here is the bill through the House of Representatives has passed. It passed with the removal of the 10 to 70% disabled veterans funding fee. So that funding fee being charged to those individuals is gone, no longer there. However, the bill has not passed. We still have Senate. We still need to make our voices heard. So please stick with me and keep watching. Many updates. If you have any sort of thoughts, put those in the comments. Reach out to your congressional members, both on the House and the Senate side, and let them know that we are watching. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.